What was once a dead winter forest has now come to life. This tree is so beautiful it does not even look real, but it is, and it's a redbud tree. They are legumes, which means they're in the pea family. It is not the only flowering tree. There is also American dogwoods. This is a white-throated sparrow. They often like raking around through leaves in search of food. These sparrows are pretty common here now, but eventually they'll go to their summer home up north. This is the lead-back phase of a red-backed salamander. Unlike the smooth yellow violet, the hairy yellow violet has a long and hairy stem. Here is a clearing full of spring beauty flowers. There are also white trilliums. They are not the only species of trillium. There is also one red trillium. This was once a mighty creek called Pleasant Run, but now it has dried up. This is a tent caterpillar tent. Last year, their mother, who was a moth, laid a bunch of eggs. In the spring, those eggs hatched into a bunch of caterpillars who worked together to spin this tent for shelter. There are two species of tent caterpillars that can be found here: forest tent caterpillars and eastern tent caterpillars, which we are looking at right now. There is a bur oak, a Dutchman's breeches, and some kind of white violet. This spider is resting on a pawpaw flower. Pawpaws have existed here for millions of years. Back when this place used to be tropical, they just adapted to the cold. This right here is a species of wolf spider. Red-backed salamanders do not have lungs, they just breathe through their skin. Tent caterpillars are often seen as pests because they eat leaves off of trees, but what people don't get is the leaves grow back, and eating the leaves is actually vital for the ecosystem because it helps sunlight get to the forest floor so smaller plants can grow. This is trumpet honeysuckle, and from now on it will never want to stop blooming for the rest of the year, literally. This rodent is a gray squirrel. These creatures can jump 8 feet in the air and can run up to 15 miles an hour. A white-breasted nuthatch is using this tree to break open a seed. A lot of plants have risen from the ground, like this patch of sensitive ferns and even orchids. Here is a jack-in-the-pulpit flower. This is an ant colony, and believe it or not, every single one of those ants are female. In fact, all ants are female except for, well, male ants, whose only job is to mate with queen ants, and then after that they die. Those little white things are called springtails, and they're there because they eat the ants' waste. This is one of the most beautiful birds that live here, the northern cardinal. There are two other species of cardinal, the Paraloxia and the vermilion cardinal. Only male northern cardinals are bright red. The females look like this. Male eastern towhees often sing to protect their nesting territories. Towhees are in the New World sparrow family, which means they're a kind of sparrow. When it gets to how many towhee species there are, it's a little confusing. There are 6 species that are called towhees. The eastern towhee is in this genus, but it shares that genus with 2 other birds that are called towhees. The spotted towhee lives in the west, and it used to be the same species as the eastern towhee until an ice sheet separated the continent in half, creating 2 populations and 2 species. There is also the green-tailed towhee, and those are all the birds in that genus. A turkey vulture flies over these lands in search of dead flesh. The white-breasted nuthatch is the largest nuthatch species in North America. Nuthatches are not only found in North America, there are plenty of species of them across Eurasia. The poison ivy has released its oily leaves. This land has officially begun its transformation into a tropical jungle. As you can see, this place is pretty isolated. That definitely wasn't a car that drove by, and that's definitely not a building back there. On the ground, there is a different kind of violet called a wood violet. This is the beetle's genus. A daddy longleg is walking by. This is a redback phase of a red-backed salamander. A disgusting, invasive European slug slides on this rock. Common milkweed is rising from the ground, and the sweet gum is getting its leaves. Here, there are not as many American dogwoods as there used to be because of a disease called dogwood anthracnose, which is a kind of fungus. Only a few of the strongest trees survived. The interesting thing about the moosewood is it has 2 different kinds of flowers, larger ones on the outside and smaller ones on the inside. Those giant white things that the ants are carrying is ant larvae. It is unbelievable how many plants grow here. There are smooth yellow violets, bee balms, tulip trees, jewelweeds, Virginia creepers, wood asters, hickory trees, golden seals, and columbines, just to name a few. I don't know if it's just me, but Black Hall viburnum bushes look like they're from straight out of a cloud forest, but they are important to wildlife. Leaves are growing on many plants now, like spice bush. Some violets are going to seed, and some orchids are getting buds. All that I know about this insect is that it is an earwig. Red-backed salamanders are actually very common across northeastern United States and southeastern Canada. They just spend most of their time underground. Above ground grows a false Solomon seal, and next to that grows a sugar maple, and growing on that is a moon vine. Further away there's a giant Solomon seal and a different species of fleabane, a robin's plantain. On the ground lays a wolf spider, but in the rocks walks what is likely a false black widow. These are pill bugs, but what you may not know about them is they are crustaceans and are native to the Old World only. That metallic beetle is in this genus, but its big, black, fat friend is in this genus. This is a native roach, and it is in this genus. There is another group of insects that evolved to live in colonies, but these insects are more closely related to roaches than ants. They are termites, and these termites are likely eastern subterranean termites, but I could be wrong. This is a worker termite, and unlike with ants, they can be female or male. That winged insect is actually a termite, a king or a queen termite, I can't tell the difference. But they'll soon mate and form new colonies, and unlike with ants, the males live and truly become kings where they'll rule a termite empire along with their queen. The one with the big mouth is a soldier. Also, baby termites look like little termites instead of maggots like with ants. This is a different subspecies of blue phlox. This is yet another species of violet, the dog violet. Now Pleasant Run finally has water again. A pair of blue jays call. The redbud trees have gained their leaves, but their flowers litter the forest floor. Now the columbine is really blooming. Thank you to all 18 of you for subscribing, and I really appreciate your comments too, so have a great day.